Okay. Hi, guys. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for getting on with me as always. I know sometimes the middle of the day on a Tuesday is so random, but we've done this Zoom. If you guys have been around forever, we've done the Zoom at this time literally forever, for years, since before I started. So I love these Tuesday Zooms. I love hearing from different people. I love learning from different people. Throwing around ideas and what's working and what's sticking and what's not, and just kind of getting that inspiration. So today I have Ryan on. Funny story about Ryan. Okay, so I did not know that he was a thriver until I met him at a getaway. I don't remember if it was on, I don't know if it was Instagram or TikTok, but I was just scrolling my feed one day, as we always do, and I see this naked man cooking in his kitchen. Like, this man is like shirtless in his kitchen, he's cooking, and I was like, what in the world? And then I went to Cancun and we're all dancing, and it just like hit me like a bag of bricks. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, do you make hang on, like, do you make cooking videos in your kitchen, like shirtless? And he was like, yes. I'm like, that's so funny. I had no idea, because that was the only thing I'd ever seen of his. But I was like, I like him. Like, that's so funny. What an authentic way to just show up, and just get attention and make people laugh. And he's himself, which I love. So, Ryan, you are unmuted. Can you say hi? Can we hear you?
Hi, I have a shirt on this time because I have to go to work.
I know, I almost didn't recognize you. Okay, so I'm gonna turn that on. Okay, so can you share? I didn't know him with the clothes on. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so can you share a little bit about your journey? Because I don't know much about you pre Cancun. How you started? Have you been in the industry? How long have you been doing this? Have you tried something else? How did you get started?
Yeah, so hey everybody, thank you so much for having me. So I started network marketing for the wrong reason. If we're just going to be completely honest, I saw a shirtless man on the internet and he was talking about a product that was talking about the energy, the focus, all these things. I was like, I need that. And this was a different company and he scripted me. And I fell for everything he was falling for, the tattoos, the beard. It got me so I joined network marketing for that, but I saw the opportunities that network marketing had brought him, his friends, his family, and hanging out with them. I was like, this is some serious stuff. This can actually happen. And so that's kind of how I got into it. So I always talk about I started for the wrong reasons, but I stayed because of what I've seen it do for people. I've seen what it's done for me. Um, since joining. And so I started with that company, and then I followed Steven actually for some other companies. And Steven wasn't who I originally signed with in my other company, but he got me over here, and he was just annoying as hell. I don't know if I can say that, but he would not give up on me. I was like, Steven, like we've done other things together, and I don't know if I want to go anywhere else. But he kept on like telling me, hey, so and so just hit their rank and earned their $4,000 bonus. So and so just hit their auto bonus. And I was like, I don't know if he's trying to challenge me or what he's doing, but I was like, if somebody else is doing it, I can do it too. And then within like a few months, I hit the first rank in the company. And the rest is kind of history. And it's just incredible of what this company can do, what's potential here versus other companies. I did the math in my first company that I was with. The auto bonus was at over $30,000 in team sales. So just to like think that in 12,000 and team sales here gets you an auto bonus is just like a different perspective of how amazing the company is over here.
I've actually said that too, like, in our chats. I'm like, look, no shade to any other company at all, but like there are companies out there that require 30,000, 50,000, 80 to $120,000 in sales for the auto bonus, and it's 500 bucks. It's like ours is 12K and it's 800 bucks, right? And then you hit 40K and you have the option to double it. Our auto bonus is literally, it's untouched. It's number one in the entire industry, and I'm obsessed with it. I love how you said that you started and then stayed for different reasons. I'm the same way. I didn't start for the wrong reasons. I started because like I wanted more, with what this industry could do, but I stayed for different reasons, right? Like I started for me, and then I stayed for our team. I heard someone say the other day that the ones that win are the ones that serve, right? And so I've shared my story a million times. I'm very vulnerable with it. When I hit 200K, it took 7 months. We hit 200K in 7 months. we lost that 200K for 18 months before we got it back. And during that 18 months was very humbling, because when I first started, it was me, my rank, my auto bonus, my 200K, my paychecks, my team, my everything. And then during that 18 months of the low, I had to humble myself real quick and like, okay, this isn't just about me. I was giving off this like icky persona that I was like only cared about me. And the second I switched it, and the second I was like, okay, this is about other people. This is about Sue. This is about, you, Ryan, and Steven, and Esther's on here, and Larissa. This is about all of you guys. You have to help other people get what they want to get what you want. So the ones that win are the ones that serve. If you're wondering why maybe you haven't won, or you're not winning, or you were and you stopped, I would encourage you to like take a step back and go, when's the last time I served? When's the last time I showed up on a Zoom? When's the last time I went into our team chat and shared what's working or what's inspiring people? When's the last time I went live and gave some value to my audience? Ryan's lives, I'll be sitting here minding my own business, and all of a sudden my phone's like, Ryan's live, make something with nut butter. And I'm like, what the hell? And so he's always just, eye catching and getting people's attention, and he's serving. So I started for me, but I stayed for other people. Why did you start? And if you're brand new and you're just working for yourself right now, that's fine. But know that alone you can only go so far, and you will go further when you're with other people. So make sure that you're serving. And Steven annoyed you. Okay, so that is genius. I don't know that I've ever heard of somebody doing that before, but Steven does a lot of things that I've never heard of people doing before. So texting you that people were winning.
Yeah, he was sharing other people's achievements, and I was this is probably too much, but I was with another company that I came with him to, and at that time I was like, I'm not going anywhere else. Like, this is my fourth company. I don't want to do anything else. Like, I've had my run. But then seeing him share other stories of other people winning, and I'm like, they just started too. And like, he kept on sharing all these achievements that his team was doing, and I was like, you know what? If they can do it, I can too. And I saw some other people that were winning too that were just starting as well. Normally, you only hear about top people winning. You only hear the stories about the most successful people in the company, the highest ranks, the millionaires. But I was seeing stories of somebody who just hit their VIP bonus. I was hearing stories of somebody earning an iPad, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, people are winning at the beginning of their business here. And so that's when I was like, okay, but and I don't talk about this enough. Whenever Steven approached me, I took the product for an entire, my plan was doing it for 3 weeks before I talked about it. But for 3 weeks, I never mentioned what I was doing. I never showed pictures of what I was doing. I took a picture of the UI one time, and I was like, this energy is amazing. But I blacked out what it was, because I didn't want people to know what I was doing until I was trying it myself. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but
So when he followed up with you, though, let me just make sure that's correct. He texted you personally.
yes.
So it wasn't okay, and I love that, because I see like we posted on social media and we share it in stories, and like our team has an opportunity group, and obviously we shout out in the opportunity group. But how genius to go through and say, hey, this person just started 5 days ago and they just earned a $200 cash bonus, and text that to somebody. That makes it more personal too. Like
Yeah.
when you're reaching out to them. I love that. I'm probably gonna do that. Okay, meeting's over. Thank you. That's the nugget. Okay, so and the fact that you had said you were seeing all these new people, right? I've shared this before, especially it being payday. You are more relatable when you're talking about being able to afford groceries or being able to afford to fill your gas tank than you are saying, hey, I bought a Louis bag. Hey, I've got a pair of red bottoms. Hey, I'm hopping on a flight today to go to Aruba. Like, that's fine. Okay. That's all fun. But we live in a season right now, and in a recent economy where people aren't trying to make six figures. They're not trying to make $1 million. They're trying to pay their light bill. They're trying to put their kids through sports. They're trying to still maintain a lifestyle they had, pre everything going up. And so that's getting harder for a lot of families. People don't need 10, 20, $30,000 a month right now. I think the average, I think I read somewhere that it was like $5,000 a year is what the average people are spending more of. And $5,000 a year, what is that? Like a couple $100 a month? You know what I mean? That's life changing for people. So be sharing those small things. The big things are great, of course, but I wanna help the mom who wants to put her daughter through dance. I want to help the person, like someone had just said, put milk in the fridge. Yeah, Steven. And so share those things and be relatable. 99% of people are not going to relate to the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So don't think that you can't share if you're not there yet. When I first started this industry, my self-belief was so minimal. If I would have seen someone posting about how they made $10,000 that week, I'd have been like, yeah, good for you. But I could never. I could never. But when she says, hey, got my nails done, I'm like, okay, that's what, 60 bucks? I could probably make 60 bucks happen. I could probably make 60 bucks. Like, let's do that. So I love that you.
I love that you mentioned. I actually have that on my notes to talk about. Is so I just went and got. Actually, I just so I left work, got my haircut, and I was just saying like the years like I get my haircut every week. I have a membership that I pay for, but like it's a haircut that I'm able to do because of this business. And last week I went to the movies with my sister, and I was able to just go to the movies. We were able to get drinks and popcorn. Popcorn's expensive, and so it's just talking about those little bitty things that are more relatable that you do with the money. And like I always say, like don't just talk about the bit about what the money is doing for you, but like other things. Like if you've not earned an income here, I can guarantee you've developed as a person. Like I get like your confidence has probably grown a little bit. So like when's the last time you talked about your confidence? When's the last time you talked about you self-developing because of this business? Like there's so many things that we can talk about that aren't money related. The community. When's the last time like you talked about how you met your best friend? One of my best friends is on here, Sarisa. We met because of this business, and we've been able to share so many memories together. But like, talk about what the business has done for you that's not just money related.
Yeah, and you can even talk about where you're going too. Like paint a picture, because I heard this a long time ago at one of our getaways. I think it was Jason that said it. He goes, "You would never get on an airplane that said destination to be determined." Right? Because you don't know where the hell that airplane's going. Like you could be going somewhere nice, but you could also be going somewhere not nice. And so why is someone going to get on your airplane? Why is someone going to ride with you if they don't know where you're going? So if you haven't earned an auto bonus yet, but that's your goal, take a picture in front of your car and talk about how, in 6 months from now, I'm going to be earning an auto bonus and I want to help 3 people do it with me. Share what you're going to do for them. I read a book one time. It was so good. If you're a reader, it's called Digital Persuasion. The author of it actually spoke at one of our conferences a few years ago, but she says to go audit your social media. How many times do you say the word me? Me and my bonus and my check and my team and me, and switch it. So if you're talking about, hey, I have an auto bonus, good for you. Share it instead of, I'm going to help you earn an auto bonus. Or, hey, I earned a weekly paycheck. That's great, but how can I help you earn a weekly paycheck now? Because people are reading your stuff going, good for you, you got money. I don't. Good for you, you got an auto bonus. I don't. But let them know, hey, you can do it too. Like I can help you do it too. So make sure that you're switching that. Yes, yes, yes. Your bonus, our team. I was going to say something else also. Oh yeah, no, and this season, like you said, your haircut, it's something so simple. When I started, it was in November of 2017, so I just celebrated my 7 years a few days ago. The only reason that I started, I kid you not, is because the woman that I signed up with said, hey, there's VIP bonuses. You can earn $1,000 in your first 14 days. So I was sold because, yeah, I was sold because I had a 7-year-old and a 6-month-old. And I was pregnant again, and I didn't even know it yet. Like, I don't think I found out for like another week or so, but I was pregnant again a month before Christmas, no presents under my tree, broker than broke, a stay-at-home mom, couldn't afford to work, couldn't afford to stay home, right? And she goes, $1,000 in 14 days. I said, say no more. Say no more. I earned my VIP bonuses in 2 days, and it paid for my Christmas. I love this season because I get to talk about that part of my story. I'm not talking about Christmas in, June and July. So I get to talk about Christmas this time of the year because that's a big part of my story. As simple as getting your haircut, paying for Christmas, right? Those kinds of things. Okay. So let's go into like some tactical stuff, Ryan. I just saw that you were, you like top PPA, right? Am I correct? That was #1. How? Like, are you getting samples out? Where are you seeing the biggest return on investment? Is it your lives? Is it your follow-ups? What's working for you, and how are you getting these people into the system?
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, I was top PPA for the team, and it just really like hit me whenever she said that, Margie said that, like what I've been doing is working. And one of the things that I feel like people don't realize enough is that this is a 90-day business. Like we don't have the instant gratification like normal jobs. And so that's why it's very important that whatever you do now is remember like a lot of this now work is going to pay off within 90 days. And so I don't know about anybody else, but I used to be like, man, I've already talked to everybody. I've already hit up everybody. I've already messaged everybody. Nobody wants this. And so one of the things I've been really doing is focusing on finding new people. Like, I don't know if anybody else is like, I've already talked to everybody. Drop me in the comments if that's you. But when's the last time you added new people into your network? When's the last time you messaged somebody brand new? When's the last time you got into groups, introduced yourself? Like, and so some of the things that I do to find new people, one of my favorite ways is to work in groups. So I post in groups. I make the post in groups, and it's not anything salesy. It's nothing related to what I sell, right? So I'm in a lot of um I'm in a lot of gay groups. And so what I do in there is I will post like motivation. I talk about uh sexual health within the gay community because that is part of my brand, right? And the amount of people that are reaching out to me in mothers in these groups, like, hey, my son is gay. Like, what can I do to like support him? Like, I'm just being me in these groups, and I'm getting people that are following me because I'm posting in there. But I also will message people that are posting in there, tell them that I like their stuff, and I'm looking forward to connecting. The other thing that you can also do in groups that is really cool is if you go into groups and you go to members, you can find people in your city or in your town. And I add those people. I always message them as like, hey, I see that we're in the same group together. We live in the same town. I'd love to connect. And you're meeting people within your town. So it's not like some weirdo random person that's adding you because you're in the same town. You can also see in group members who you have friends in common with. And so whenever you add them, they're gonna be like, oh, this guy's friends with Shane. He's friends with Donna. I want to add him. So it's just finding new people and adding them to your network. That is also very important. So I'm always adding new people into my network. The other thing that I do to find new people is I follow influencers that I like, and then I go to their comments and I add people that are engaging on their stuff. Because if there's a content creator that I like, their following is going to like me because we like the same person. We have the same kind of content. So follow people of influencers that you like. Um, the other thing that I'm doing is I have a posting schedule. I don't, and so what that means is I know on Mondays I do a motivation post. Tuesday I talk about the business. Wednesdays I do like a wellness Wednesday, and that really helps me create content that I can do last minute. So if like it's a Thursday, I know Thursdays I have a recipe to post. So I can just get on Pinterest and Google a recipe real quick and post it, right? And so I work these in the crack of my business, and it's like knowing what I'm going to post about helps me. But with that being said, posting is not like I'm not a content creator. I'm a CEO of my business. So I create the content, but I have to follow up. I have to message these people. So it doesn't matter if somebody comments on it or likes on it. No matter what, I'm messaging people who engage my content. Somebody asked me the other day, like, so what if somebody messages you something about your dog? Okay, well, here's what I will say to them. Hey, thank you so much for the love on my post about my precious fur baby Demi. Just curious, do you have any fur babies? And so like we're going to be able to connect, we're going to relate to each other, but like I'm sending messages to people who show love on my content, right? So be the CEO of your business, don't be a content creator, and follow up and message everybody.
Yeah, and I love that you had mentioned that too, is that you're adding people. I had a girl literally on our team go 80K in I think 4 months because of groups. Because like before she even touched Instagram, it was groups. And so if you're someone who feels like you either A have talked to everybody, or we've all dealt with those people who are like, well, I'm just waiting on my sister and my cousin, and I'm just waiting on these three people. And I'm like, if you're waiting on those three people, honey, you're gonna be waiting for a long time. Like they may come around and they may not, but like stop waiting on the same three people. I always say, like, if you have to wait on those same people, you have commission breath, and no one ever wants commission breath. And so what I do is I focus on the conversations over the sales. Ryan enrolls a lot, but Ryan's probably told no a lot, right? Or
Yeah.
maybe gets left on red a lot. It's not that he's better at enrolling, it's that he's having more conversations, right? And so it's not that anyone's better than anyone else, but what's the conversation like that you're having behind the screen? And so when someone says no to me, I literally don't care. Like I don't take it personal. I don't care. I'm having so many conversations that if someone says no to me, I don't even have time to be upset about it because I got this other person asking me about the GLP-1 launch. You know what I mean? And so I'm just constantly having these conversations. I don't have time to stop and woe is me over someone that ignored me or said no to me or didn't want their sample or whatever the case may be, because I've already moved on to the next person. In 1 second, honey. Also, what you do on Instagram with the influencers, I've been doing on Facebook. So I don't know if it's just because here comes Kaylee. I don't know if it's just because of I've been talking about the GLP-1, but I've been seeing a lot of GLP-1 Facebook ads. And you
Yeah.
see hundreds of comments. And what do you think I'm doing? I'm going through. These people are commenting because they're interested in that GLP-1 in that ad. Hello, I have a holistic opportunity approaching what, a week and a half, 2 weeks now. You bet I'm going to add them, and you bet they're going to see me talking about it. So, adding people that way in groups, you have things in common. Going to influencers pages that you like. Obviously, you both like that same influencer. Maybe you like their sense of humor. Maybe you like their style. Maybe you like what they stand for, whatever that may be. You obviously have that in common, and it's easier to build a relationship with somebody when you have something in common with them.
Exactly.
Obviously, you can build a relationship with anybody, but if you have common ground, hey, we both have dogs. Hey, we're both a part of this community. Hey, we live in the same area. Hey, we both have kids, right? There's more ways to spark that conversation, and millions are made in the messenger. I just said that to Ryan on the in a voice message before we started. So millions are made in the messenger. So all right, I don't want to keep people too long. Maybe like one more question, two maybe. So when someone comes to you or you're talking to somebody about the products, what is your system? Don't mind her. To get them in the system, do you go straight for the 3 steps? Do you get them on a sample? What does your follow-up message look like if they've expressed interest but they haven't ordered yet? How are you doing that?
Yeah, so my conversations are a little bit different. I'm shifting to I don't just ask people like if they need more energy, if they need whatever. And so we're kind of taught to find people's pain points, which I like to find what they call I found out it's called a catalyst. So instead of just saying you need better energy, do you need this? Like I ask people like, have you ever had to miss a kid's soccer game because maybe you're too tired, or have you ever just slept in because you're too tired? Have you been ever like I just like to find people's reasons of why they need things because it helps with the follow up. Because if somebody says like they've missed a kid's game because they don't have the energy. Hey, you said that you're tired of missing your kids' games. I have something perfect for you. Right now, we've got 25% off or a free sample or whatever. But I like to find the reason why people need what I have. I don't like to just make a quick sell because I think whenever you find somebody's catalyst, whenever you find the real reason somebody needs what you have, the longevity of them staying with you is going to be a lot more uh, important, I guess, because they're going to be there forever. And so I do like to offer samples. A lot of the times, whenever I get samples out, I keep the conversation going. I don't just be like, so I send the sample out and I'm like, hey, you just said like you're tired of missing your kids' games. Why don't we get you a full month supply? And I can save you 25% if you get started today. And so I don't just stop at the sample.
And I think too, sorry, I was gonna take a boomerang of you talking. I think too, it goes the same with business. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm following up with somebody, I'm not just saying, "Hey, do you want to get started?" I'm like, "Hey, I remember we talked last week. You said you were wanting to help your husband because he works all these hours and you wanted to contribute to Christmas. Well, right now we have the obvious $800 in your first 14 days that we talked about, but we also have rank advancement bonuses. You can earn a $4,000 bonus before Christmas, and I know that's what you were wanting to do so bad is to help your husband with Christmas this year." I'm hitting them. I'm remembering the conversation, and then I'm bringing that up. I'm not just sending all, "Hey, $20 cash back or a promo code, or do you want to get started now?" I'm like, "Hey, remember when we talked and you said you needed this, when you said you were too tired, when you said, you were working on your confidence and you wanted to lose a little bit of weight. Well, we have this, the elite system or the GLP-1s coming out. I'd love to get your name down on a VIP list so I can follow up with you when it launches." I literally have like, I think now like almost 40 people on a list for GLP-1 when it launches. And I've had these people tell me their story. I'm trying to lose weight and my doctor wants to get me on this GLP-1 supplement or this shot, but my insurance isn't going to cover it and it's too expensive out of pocket. Like, I would love the information. And so when the product launches, I already know it's not going to be the price of the Ozempic shots. Those are insane. They're like $500 a month. It's like,
Yeah.
we're like, I already know this is going to be more cost efficient for people than those GLP-1 injections. And so I can reach out and say, "Hey, look, these are a fraction of the price." And there's a holistic way to do it. I've tried it myself. I'm a beta tester. I've had none of those yucky side effects. And so I think this is really going to be something that could help you in that weight loss journey. I'd love to get your order in. And obviously I'll say that when it launches. So hit them, and like you said, not their pain point, but their catalyst. What did you call it?
Yeah, it's their catalyst. So it goes beyond, it puts so pain points are just like, oh, I'm tired all the time or whatever, but a catalyst puts emotion with what they need. So it's not just them being tired, it's why are they tired? What could they do if they weren't so tired? I was the kind of person I would like my sister, it's just me and my sister up here in Tulsa. I would like sleep all the time and she'd be going to the movies or whatever, and I would be like missing out because I was tired all the time. And so it's putting in emotion with the benefit that they need. So that's I kind of like to go for that.
Yeah, I love that so much too. And that's actually the girl that I enrolled under did the same to me because she was like, we talked about you wanted to be able to afford Christmas, and my husband was working 12-hour shifts overnights, and I was making no money. I was in a different business, making no money, spending more than I was making. I was in the red. And so she talked to me on that level, and I signed up in the middle of the night. I'm like, you know what? F it. Like I literally have nothing to lose. So like, let's just do it. And it changed my whole life. So Ryan, I appreciate you hopping on. Thank you. The comments are going crazy. I'll have Steven. He's your biggest hype man, and Margie's in there. Hi, Margie. Okay. Is there anything you want to share with people who maybe they're just feeling like, I don't know, uninspired or stuck, or they're like, they want to take off with this, they want to, relaunch or whatever, and they just don't know which way's up and they don't know what to do first? What would you say to that person who wants to just make the next, 2025 a whole new
I
thing?
just Yeah, so you're on this Zoom for a reason. You're wanting this business. And so it's just trying to figure out like why you want to be here. Like what is it for you that you on a new well, it's 11 o'clock, 11:30 here. Like what is it that you want from this? Like, is it just the money? Is it the community? Like remember why you started this and start sharing that. And it's just crazy because I've never experienced so much like love. Like a lot of us on here are in different teams, and so we're all showing up like together, and that's just huge. And so I do want to give everybody a little assignment, and this is what I asked my team today who wants a challenge. And the challenge that I told them, and I do this all the time, is go to your Facebook memories. And I know sometimes it sucks looking at those, especially when it's an X on there. But my memories, especially since I was in another company, like is a lot of people that I've not talked to in a while that I will message. And it's not nothing business related, it's nothing product related. It's just going back to those people who loved me a year ago, 2, 3 years ago, and checking in on them. And it's crazy because once you start talking to these people, like they're like, hey, I've seen you been doing this, but I was too scared to reach out. Or people that, the algorithm is crazy. So these are people that got lost that you can find. So go in your memories and start messaging those people from your posts, and not just the comments, but like people who like showed the little thumbs up or the love on it. Message all these people, non-business and non-product related.
And that's genius too, because I feel like I have the same people. I feel like in my news feed, I feel like I have the same people that are always commenting and liking I feel like my stuff is always seen by the same people. But then I
Mhm.
go into my memories and I'm like, oh, that post had like 100 likes, and I look at it and I'm like, I'm still friends with them all, but I haven't seen their stuff in, gosh, I don't know, 6 months. Like what's going on? What are they doing? What's life like? And so being able to just keep in touch with them, I love that you did that. And Ryan also did send me like some samples of messages that he sent to people. So I will send them in the chats that I'm in. And if you're in a chat with Ryan, he obviously, if he hasn't already sent them to you, he can. So I appreciate you, Ryan. Thank you so much. Steven said, reiterate free products 24/7. Hallelujah. Amen. Forever. I love my free products. I feel like our referral system, even for customers, I just had a customer get $300 in free products this month because she referred 2 last month. And then we even have an addition to that. If you guys don't know now, whenever a customer refers their first customer, they get a $25 kickback in credits of what that first customer spent. So she thrived for free with her 2 referrals, but then she also got like $40 or $50 from her first referral because they got like $200 worth of product anyway. So she got so many free products, and she's like, this is like literally insanity. I'm like, I know. And if you can help people thrive for free, your business will literally explode. It will explode. Volume will pour in so easily. You'll have orders being placed left and right. People love free stuff. So make sure that you're talking about that as well. Okay, happy payday. Make sure you guys share. Thank you, Ryan, for getting on. I appreciate you as always. I'll probably see you in Puerto Rico. And I appreciate you guys. I love you. Happy Tuesday, happy payday, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.